Hey guys, Norman with SoundTraxx here. We just got a hold of one of these 44 tonners and let's get it out of the box real quick. Well, that's one way to do things. So in front of us here we have Rapido's new 44-ton locomotive. Now, from the factory, these are fitted with a competitor's sound system. And what we're actually going to do in this video is we're going to show you how to upgrade it, but we're also going to show a before and after to see why the Tsunami 2 is such an upgrade. So let's go ahead and let's listen to the before. So let's now take a listen to the startup sequence. And as I blow the horn again, make sure to listen closely to the volume of the prime mover because it does dip when I blow the horn. And now that we've heard that, let's go ahead and upgrade it. So, now that we've heard the original sound system, let's go ahead and start getting into the model. The first thing you're going to need is your tools. And in this case, we have tweezers and a small Phillips head screwdriver. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is there are 4 screws on the bottom that we're going to need to take out. So, if I come down here, you can see these 4 screws. Just come out like that. Now, at this point with the 4 screws removed, we're going to have to undo some of the handrails so that we can actually pull the shell off safely without potentially damaging any of them. So let's go ahead and do that now. So you're going to want to pull them out just like that. Same thing there. Again here, you can just pull them out. And then same thing for these at the front end. And you'll do that on the other side of the model as well. And now, with all the handrails removed, all we need to do is take a firm grip at the bottom and the top, and we'll pull it apart. Alrighty, so now that we've got the shell off, we can see the factory installed decoder right here. Now, since this is an X18, we don't have to do anything complicated. It just unplugs just like that. And we'll go ahead and set it to the side. Now, we'll take our TSU-N18 GE, just plug it in where that was, and that's it. Now, if you are so inclined, the speaker is right there if you wish to fit it with a better speaker as well. Reassembly is actually exactly the reverse of what we did to get it apart. We're just gonna take the shell, put it back on, taking care that we don't break any of the handrails. Now, you do want to be very, very careful of these little handrails here at the front, because they can very easily get caught under the shell as it's being reinstalled. So you can see I'm just using my tweezers to make sure they're out of the way. Now, with the shell back on, we can go ahead, just use our tweezers, reinsert all the handrails. Now with all the handrails reinstalled, we're going to put those same 4 screws back in where they came from. All right, now that we've got everything buttoned back up, let's go ahead and throw it on the track for a quick test run. So as you can see, sound works. We see it goes forward, and it goes backward. And we have the horn as well. Now, one thing to note, and the reason I pointed out where the speaker was located, is we're still encountering a little bit of a clipping issue, where when the horn is blown, there is a little bit of distortion in the prime mover sound. That's known as clipping. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lower the master volume with CV128, and we're just going to set that to 128. And you can see that clipping is basically gone now. In addition to this, we're also going to need to make sure we select the correct sounds for this locomotive. Obviously, taking a look at our GE sound selection reference, we're going to want the dual caterpillar from the 44-ton. And for that, you can see we're going to want to set CV123 to 5, and we can hear the prime mover restarting. Now, in addition to the prime mover, we're also going to want to set the horn. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and select the Wabco A2 by setting CV120 to 31. Like so. Now, we're also going to want to change the bell, since obviously the 44-tonner doesn't use an electronic bell. So, we're going to go to CV122, and we're going to set a value of 6 for the Alco 2 bell. We're also going to go ahead and change the air compressor at this point as well, from the whooping air compressor to an engine-driven air compressor. And to do that, we're going to be setting 124 to 0. Now, at this point, something else to note. When we were doing some testing for this off camera, we noticed that there was something interesting with the lights on this model. And when getting into it, we discovered that there's actually a secondary microprocessor on the motherboard in this model. It requires that we send a signal over the FX5 output in order that it will turn on any lights at all. So right now, FX5 is off, and if I hit 0, headlight nor backup light turn on. However, once I use F26 to turn on function 5, I now have a working headlight. So, something else we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to go into the automatic effects so that the decoder enables function 5 as soon as it receives power. And to do that, we're going to need to get into the index CVs. So, in this case, we need CV 1.389. which is the FX5 automatic effect. So to get there, we need to set CV32 to 1 first. So 32 to 1. That's the 1 dot part of that CV. Now, we're going to set CV389. And in this case, because we want it to be continuously active, we're going to use a value of 15. And now function 26 is off, meaning FX5 is also off, at least as far as the NCE is concerned, or whatever command station you're using. However, all of my lights still work, including the number boards on FX3, activated by function 24. Now that our configuration is done, let's take a quick listen to what it sounded like before. I should also point out that what we have here is a fairly out-of-the-box experience. We haven't touched our 7-band equalizer or our reverb mixer, which we explained in our recent Audio Tools webinar linked below in the description. So guys, that's actually going to be all for this video. If you have any questions, be sure to contact us, support@soundtraxx.com. You can also reach us by phone from 9 to 5:30 in the evening, Mountain Time. Thanks for watching.